Hi, Frank and Angie of Retire Earlier and Better at Home or Abroad, whatever suits you best. Today we're talking about 3 things that you may not have considered that are super important that make your life just more manageable for when you're traveling. Oh wow, look at this.
We have a lot of boardwalk to walk today, honey.
I wonder what they're building out right here. Huh. You getting comfy? This video is comes from an experience. This has happened more than once now, and that's why we're making the video. This is the second time that has happened, and at this time we're not even full-time nomads. So the fact that it's happened twice, you know, we had to evacuate. One other time we made a video in Panama. We were in a hotel because of a fire alarm at around midnight, and we had to evacuate, and that was quite the ordeal.
We're staying in this hotel and there was a fire at midnight. Everybody's out. Here comes the fire department.
Yeah, when I finally saw all the smoke in the hallways, when I took it serious. Before that, I just thought it was just nothing, just people making a commotion over something else. Who knows, maybe a bar brawl or something, and I was still laying in bed. It was only about 60 seconds before the smoke engulfed into the hallway that I just grabbed the last most important items, like my computer and my wallet, and just...
No, we left a bunch of stuff in the room.
I left a bunch of...
And then, amazingly enough, we're here in Malta, and the same thing happened last night, and this is why we're making this video. And yet last night was a little different. There was a robbery at the hotel, and then the robber got away with some money, but they left a package, intentionally leaving a package to create a bomb scare and a diversion. But in any case, the bomb squad had to come out and everybody had to evacuate. We had to evacuate. Fortunately, the hotel has a sister hotel where we were able to stay the night, but still we were already asleep by midnight, and with the big knocking on the door and get out, you know. And so this is the second time, and I just really never expected to have to do this again so soon. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you think, yeah, you know, it's kind of like insurance. If it happens, you know, but you don't expect it to happen. But now happening twice in a period of just a handful of years. You know, I mean, this is not a worst case scenario. I mean, it could have been that the hotel got blown up and people were hurt, but it didn't happen that way. So this is not about going that far with it, but it is about having to evacuate at moment's notice and not expecting it. So the first thing, these aren't really in any chronological order, but I would say you should have your bag already packed. You should have all of the important things that you would want to have already packed. You know what, last night, because I slept through the alarm and the banging on the door, because I was so tired, I didn't sleep from the night before. So I was so tired, and then to have to wake up 30 minutes later again after not sleeping the night before was really hard on me, so I didn't hear anything. All I heard was Angie was just frantic. Let's get out, fire, you know, hurry up, gonna die, hurry up. We're packing, I'm packing, I'm not really packing, I'm just throwing some clothes on and throwing my wallet in the backpack. And it occurs to me this morning that, you know what, when you travel like this, really at any time, even in your own home, and I mean, I had other clothes that I wouldn't be worried about. I wouldn't spend any extra time to try to grab all my clothes, see? But the very important things like your documents and you know, and anything else that's important, your cash.
I mean, if they would have been in the safe, and as
If they would have been in the safe, it wouldn't have worked because you would have to remember.
I couldn't find the stairs last
in
night.
the frantic moment of the moment, you're so. I mean, you know, with getting woke up and you're just not. Your mind's not really working. So what you don't. This has to be automatic where you don't have to think about getting into your safe and what's the combination and where, you know.
The police were saying, get out now.
Get out now, you know, get out now, get out now. So you didn't really have at the time, we didn't know if it was a fire. We learned it was later, it was a robbery. We thought it was a fire. It was a
bomb scare.
But it was a bomb scare, and we weren't allowed to go back in the room. So all night.
All night we were locked out.
Yeah, and this is the second time. This happened in Panama also. That was an actual fire.
This was way scarier to me because we didn't know what was going on, and the way all the police were acting. They barricaded the road. They wouldn't even let us stand by the road. We had to get away from the hotel room. Yeah. The hotel.
So that's number one. Is at any time really in life, I think that it's important to have that packed bag with. You know, you get in your hotel room and you want to get kind of relax and kind of chill and get all your stuff out. But really, I see now, I don't expect this to happen again, but you don't. You know, you don't know. Even if it doesn't happen, you know, at least you know if something does happen, your important things are already in your bag, and all you got to do is throw your pants on and your coat and then grab your bag and go. And that includes the computer, because I grabbed the computer and she was like, hurry up, we don't have time, hurry up. I just was in a stupor from not sleeping.
It seems like we were doing things in slow motion to me when this was happening.
It did seem like you were in slow motion because you weren't moving as fast as you wanted to be moving based on the perceived emergency of it. So that's, yeah.
I think we should go the step further to really have your affairs in order, because what happens if there was
that would be the second thing would be to have your affairs in order, because, well, anytime you travel, I know people say, well, you know, the airplane could crash. They do happen, but it's very small % chance if that happens. But again, there's so many things that could happen, you know. After being through this twice now, you just don't ever really know, do you? I mean, it could have gone any way. It could have gone much further than it did. So they say that Malta's fairly safe here, but she said, I don't know, because there's been 2 robberies now in the same week here at this hotel, and the hotel is in the tourist sector. It's right in the tourist sector. So it's right in the tourist sector where most people, you know, are thinking that they're going to be safe, and so, but it is, generally speaking, until it's not safe. So we're in Malta on a $25 flight. And there's the bay right there. I don't know if you can see it from our balcony. I'm just eager to go down there and see what that looks like over there. Really waterfrontish right here. Lots of yachts. And never fails, you can always have a Subway when you're traveling. €3 for a chicken sandwich. The street sign is in English. Yes, it is. Chinese massage, 45 bucks. Guess we're in the full-on tourist district here. Salads are 15 bucks. No, 17, because that's euros. Argentine ribeye, 23. Definitely gonna drop some cash. Yeah, the tide must have come in. That's where that water on the street, right there. It's January. I mean, it's
not that cold.
No, I mean, you know.
It's a lot colder this morning.
You still want your jacket, but it's quite pleasant with the sun out, actually. Looks like the place is going through a resurgence. It's kind of a lot of construction, new buildings. It's ancient mixed with some new. Amazing. Let's do this for a minute. Well, you know, you see postcards of this stuff, and now you're in the postcard.
I am.
So the second thing was to have your affairs in order, because you don't really know any of these two things that happened to us could have gone, you know, all the way to the extreme of the building burning or blowing up, or you just don't know. And the last thing is
Passwords, PIN numbers,
passwords
all that
and
kind
PIN
of
numbers.
stuff.
Carry all your passwords and PIN numbers
Somehow.
that you're going to need, because, like for example, my Android phone, when the battery goes dead, the phone needs a PIN to get back in it, and it locks me out, which is, I've got to figure out how to get rid of that. But I was just scrambling around for the PIN, and I thought I had it, and you know, it was just silly. So also things like Google locks you out, and then they don't, you know, we don't know it's you, and then they won't let you in. And if your phone's blocked, it's just like one thing after another. You know, Google blocks you out, and they need you to verify something on your phone, but you can't because your phone locks you out. It's like we live in the age of the new dictators, where everybody wants to lock you out. They just want to block you. Block, block, block. It's just block happy, you know. Trigger happy, block happy. It's just a block happy information age society. You
But
know,
we
so,
got back in.
so you gotta have backups for your backups on stuff like that. You know, you gotta make
Backups on
sure
your
you gotta
backups.
carry your list of pins, you know. Besides carrying all your flight information and everything else, you got to get all your pins in order nowadays.
Pretty much.
And I can come with you and take a picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, that'd be nice.
Well, can you give us the details about what happened? Was
No, about that I can say nothing.
Okay.
But we can take a picture.
Oh yeah. And by the way, the flight was $25. It was, you may have heard of Ryanair, cheap, no frills flights. And I'll tell you, your bag has to be tiny. And the way I did it was I just didn't fill my regular sized one, and then I folded it and put a bungee around it to make it small. And then once I'm no longer flying Ryanair, I just take my bungee off and I've got my full size bag. So that's how I'm doing it, until I figure out something better. And if you've got a better way of doing it, let us know in the comments. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We are in beautiful Malta. The weather is great. I mean, it's, you know, it's winter and it is the off season. There's no secret to getting bargains in the off season, as some would have you believe. There's just that people sometimes they've never done things in the off season because they were always on a fixed work schedule,
Yeah.
and had to do things during high season when everybody else did them. But once you get off that treadmill, right, retire earlier, retire better, at home or abroad, you get off that treadmill and you start understanding that, wait a second, but to each his own. If you need to have tropical balmy weather, then you better just come in the high season, you know. But it's like 55, 60, and it's actually quite pleasant. So, and we missed the crowds, but amazingly, it still has quite a bit of crowd.
Yeah, it sure did.
Malta is a very popular destination, and it normally is not known as a lower priced destination, but thanks to coming in the off season, we're able to enjoy it. And I'm glad I'm here. It's beautiful. They're working on the door still. You can see them right there. I don't know. We'll figure out. We'll see what they're doing to the door to. Maybe they kicked it in or something. I don't know. We'll check it out later. But there's the workers. They've been there all day. And there's the bay. Yeah, this theme is interesting because, yeah, we never look to be near water, but we always end up near water. How does that happen? Well, not always, but a lot. Isn't that right, Angie? Don't we always end up, I mean, we seem to end up near water a lot, and we're not even trying.
Well, that's just because we like water, and so we're gravitated towards it.
No. There was no gravitating intentionally. I mean, we just got this place because it was a good value, and it ended up being near the water. Thanks for watching. Retire earlier and better. Frank and Angie signing out. Bye-bye.
Ciao.